Good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54, Sweat Lodge 12. Are you in need of any assistance today, sir?
No.
I could help you cross the street.
No.
I could help you cross your yard.
No.
I could help you cross your porch.
No.
Well, I gotta help you cross something.
People often think that community service and volunteering are the same thing. However, they are very different. Volunteering is when someone who works for an organization without being paid, such as Russell in the previous video clip from the movie Up. A volunteer's willingness to work and help others is usually outstanding. One assigned to court-ordered community service typically lacks motivation to help others, but in some cases, individuals are cooperative. Community service, on the other hand, is unpaid work, tend to be of social use, that an offender is required to do instead of going to prison. Courts often assign community service to individuals who have committed a crime as a form of punishment in hopes of rehabilitation. My service learning placement was at Habitat for Humanity, which was a very interesting experience. I performed most of my work in the Habitat Restore, a store that accepts donations of new and gently used building materials and household goods. The Restore then sells those items to the public at a fraction of the retail price and uses the proceeds to achieve Habitat's mission to build homes, communities, and hope. While at Habitat, I noticed that most of the volunteers there weren't there for the fun or the thrill of volunteering. Rather, they are required to be there by the court system. From what I saw, the majority of the workers walked around, pretending to be working, hiding in the back of the warehouse. This made me curious about the impact that court-ordered community service actually had, led me to my research question of how effective court-ordered community service is in reducing recidivism. I will use my gamut to explain how volunteering can positively influence one's life. Celebrities such as T.I., Chris Brown, Paris Hilton, and Lindsay Lohan have been assigned to court-ordered community service. T.I.'s community service was a little bit different. His order to speak to at-risk youth. Lindsay Lohan failed to complete her community service, only digging herself into more trouble.
Lohan was kicked out of the downtown LA women's shelter after failing to appear 9 times for her community service. The judge wanted answers.
How many hours has she done at the Women's Center? I don't want to hear about the Red Cross that she ran to do this last week. The downtown Women's Center, how many hours? Because they're saying none. They're saying she went there once for like an hour and a half and then blew them off and left.
Ultimately, Lohan was arrested in court. Bail was set at $100,000.
Volunteering has many positive benefits, the most obvious ones being community improvement and an increase in one's self-worth. One of the better-known benefits of volunteering is the impact on the community. Unpaid volunteers are often the glue that holds a community together. Volunteering allows you to connect to your community and make it a better place. People feel better about themselves after volunteering. This may be caused by what they learn and take away from their experience. Helping others that are worse off gives people a warm feeling inside.
Chronic pain, heighten your sense of well-being, strengthen your immune system, help you recover from surgery more quickly, lower depression.
A key risk factor for depression is social isolation. Volunteering keeps you in regular contact with others and helps you develop a solid support system, which in turn protects you against stress and depression when you're going through challenging times. Volunteering is a fun and easy way to explore your interests and passions. Doing volunteer work you find meaningful and interesting can be a relaxing, energizing escape from your day-to-day routine of work, school, or family commitments. Volunteering also provides you with renewed creativity, motivation, and vision that can carry over into your personal and professional life. It is fairly easy to get involved in community service. Clubs such as the Greenwood Service Society make finding volunteer opportunities as easy as possible. One can get involved in other ways through churches and other organizations. Getting involved in community service is different for individuals required to do it by the courts. However, it is still really easy. CASP is a non-profit organization which works in a collaborative effort with the court systems in Missouri and throughout the United States to offer alternative sentencing programs to judges and prosecutors. When a person is assigned community service by a judge, CASP will work with them to help find placement which meets their needs for probation as well as family, work, school, and faith responsibilities. The experience of court-ordered community service differs greatly from normal volunteering. If the individual is open to rehabilitation, he or she will experience the benefits of volunteering. However, if individuals with whatever attitudes do not have a life-changing experience, they are only there to complete the hours by doing as little work as possible. This is just an assumption, though. Studies show that community service is a viable sentence if the individual is cooperative. I interviewed an individual who was assigned to 12 hours of community service and asked questions about the experience. The voice has been altered in order to protect the identity of the individual. Okay, so do you mind telling me what your sentence was and what the crime was that you did?
Well, the crime was speeding. It's going too fast. The sentence was 12 hours of community service, and I'll arrive at 25, of course.
Where did you do your community service?
I chose to do my community service at the YMCA downtown.
Did that have an impact on you?
It did. It was not fun.
Did it make you not want to speed ever again?
It did. I do not plan to speed in the future.
What was your attitude going into your community service?
Let's make the best of it and get it over with.
Okay. Do you think prison would have been better or worse?
Definitely would have been worse.
Worse? So you're glad it was community service?
You could say that.
So if you did get caught speeding, then you'd most likely be put in prison, right?
That is correct.
Have you been speeding since?
No.
Were you assigned to do your community service through CASP or the courts directly?
I was assigned through CASP.
Can you tell me a little bit about CASP?
Well, CASP is an organization that assigns community service places that are available. I asked to do something with the YMCA, and they said you could.
Do you think it's safe for people to be assigned to do community service at the YMCA with little kids and people working out and such?
I do, because they put you in the towel room where you fold towels or wash windows, so you don't have much interaction, if at all, with any of the kids working there or working out.
That's good. When I reflect on my service learning, I realize that my experience was not so different from the experiences of those required to be there by the courts. At the beginning of my 25 hours at Habitat, I did not enjoy being there. I just wanted to finish my hours as quickly as possible. It was boring, not always something to do, and sometimes the customers were rude, despite the fact that I was a volunteer. However, I grew fond of the ReStore the longer I was there, found joy in helping the people that walked through those doors. I now have some interesting stories, such as the 2 women that bought 158 ferns. One other person and I were the lucky ones who got to count them. I guess the only thing one can do is hope that those others' whatever attitudes become more positive.